Hey, what's happening, folks? TextBoy91 here, and I'm bringing to you week 2 of the NFL ESPN Power Rankings. I'm going to try to get this uploaded on a Thursday right before the game time because I know last time I uploaded this it was irrelevant because the Broncos went out there and decimated the Ravens, and all my opinions on this list was pretty much wasted because it didn't matter at that time. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this uploaded in a reasonable time. But let's go ahead and look at the list right now. Talk about the top 10 and whatever other teams I can get to in the time allotted in this video. If I do need to make a second video talking about other teams, I will. But as of now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the teams I pretty much can get to as in this video. I might be able to finish it though. I've been doing this a couple times already. So let's see the list. Let's see the list. All right, number 1. San Francisco 49ers. They jumped up 2 spots from last week at number 3. And I don't mind that at all. They came out there and decimated the Green Bay Packers defense. Aaron Rodgers did a good job on offense, but Colin Kaepernick on his side of the ball pretty much did not run a lick. He ran a couple times, but he had 400 plus yards passing. Anquan Bolden caught 200 of those, and Fernandez almost caught 100 of those. So it was a nice game from San Francisco's aspect. Aaron Rodgers did get his throws in there, some nice back shoulder throws, some nice throws out of the pocket, but it wasn't enough. The team that had the ball last would ended up winning that game. So 49ers played well enough to beat anybody in the NFL, won't to beat anybody in the Super Bowl. So hopefully I can watch them play because I like watching quarterbacks succeed that play a style that everybody said wouldn't win a Super Bowl. So really interesting to see, but they warrant being number 1 as of now. They play the Seahawks next, who are number 2 on this list, which I have a problem with. You can't convince me the Seahawks are the second best team in the NFL when the Seahawks went and played Carolina, who have no secondary and they have a front seven pretty much shut them down. And you can give me the excuse, say, oh, it was a West Coast to East Coast game, but nah, I'm not buying that. If you're the best team, time shouldn't matter. You should get there and blow out a team that's inferior to you. And Seattle pretty much did nothing other than score 1 touchdown in that game and kick a bunch of field goals. So I don't think that you're number 2 on this list. Broncos should be the number 2 on this list. They're the second best team in the NFL. Some will argue the best team in the NFL, right? And the 49ers are a close second. So Broncos came out there. As you guys watched that game Thursday and were sick, Ravens fans know what Peyton Manning did to them. I don't got to remind them, but he pretty much just, we just put on a show. One of the amazing performances. You guys got to appreciate that before it's gone because those don't come around a lot. Same way when LeBron James retires, y'all going to be sad and all y'all haters going to be like, oh, well, he's good, but he's gone now. Who am I gonna hate? Y'all gonna be sad when Peyton Manning leaves in the next couple of years. So appreciate it while you can. All right, number 4, Falcons. I don't think anybody in the top 5 during week 1 should be on the list, the top 5 list, I should say, because they did lose the game. They lost to the Saints. The Saints came out there and played well. We'll talk about them when we get to number 8. But I do believe the Patriots should be number 4 right now because they did win their game. The Texans should be number 6 or number 5 because they did win their game as well. Patriots escaped the Buffalo Bills, but if you guys know anything about football or watch a lot of football, I don't want to sound like one of those guys. You guys know anything about football, but if you watch football last year, the Patriots came out there and struggled mightily against the Bills last year. They ended up going down 28-0, I want to say, and Bills ended up losing that game like 42-28. Like they came out there and put on an onslaught in the second half. So Patriots generally struggle against divisional opponents, and that's pretty much what happened when you play somebody in the division. If you guys watched football last year, you remember that the 49ers ended up losing a game to the Rams and also tying. And the Rams weren't nothing last year. They were garbage last year. Sam Bradford wasn't as good as he's probably going to be this year, and their defense wasn't as good as they're probably going to be this year. So it came out there and tied with the 49ers. Everybody had one of the Super Bowls. So divisional opponents are tough. You guys must learn that instead of going on Twitter and blowing up when a bad team wins a game. It's football. Anything can happen any given Sunday. So just keep that in mind. I'm tired of seeing my Twitter feed blow up with some people out there overreacting and knee-jerking. You know, I do it sometimes myself. All right. All right. Texans are number 6 right now, or they should be number 5, like I said before. They came out there from an improbable comeback against the San Diego Chargers, but we all knew they were going to muck it up. Even though I'm saying that as of now, I got the vision of foresight. Can go ahead and just say that right now, but I don't understand. I do not understand how the Chargers keep doing that. Like I don't understand. Last year they were able to play on 4th and 29. Like what? I don't know what they're doing. Like they honestly just have some bad luck about them. The Cowboys, the Chargers, and the Panthers, like all the teams that just have the worst luck in the world, and it is in the mucking games up. So the Texans, shooting our 5 on this list. They got a nice defense. Brian Cushing's gonna be 100% healthy this year, I hope, and they also have a chance for them to have one of the best defenses in the NFL with J.J. Watt out there anchoring the pass rush. And with Ed Reed coming off his hip surgery, hopefully he plays a couple games this year to help their team out a lot. I'd like their team. Their offense is kind of predictable, but hopefully they get some nice receiver help out of the guy they just drafted. But I don't mind their plays at all. All right, number 7 on this list is the Packers. I believe the Packers should be number 9. I'm being not so nice to them right now because I want to laugh at my Packer fans that watch this video. You guys torched me last week because I said they have no receivers, but where were they at that game? Like, only person I remember seeing in that game, I watched the entire game. Only person I see getting the ball in that game was Eddie Lacy, Jordy Nelson, and Jermichael Finley. Where was Randall Cobb? Where was James Jones? Like, I don't know. Like, y'all said those guys were great, they were good. Like, but where were they at? So I'm putting them at 9 just so I can piss y'all off, and I do. It's still in the top 10, so you guys can't get that mad at me. But that's how I feel about it. You guys killed me with it. James Jones led the league last year in touchdown receptions. The only reason he led the team last year in touchdown receptions or the league is because Gronkowski got hurt. So if he wasn't hurt, Gronkowski would have led the league in touchdown receptions, and James Jones would have been second on that list. So what would you say about that? What would you say about that now, huh? Would you say nothing about that? All right. Saints should be number 7. They came out there, proved they got a nice defense, and we knew their offense was great, but the defense came out there and played well under Rob Ryan. So they're going to be a nice opponent in the NFC South, the Carolina Panthers, to play against. I'm hoping they'll just that emotional edge during that game. I do not want to see the Saints play that good all season, but it's one game at home. Anything can happen in that game. So they played well enough to shut the Falcons down in the second half without allowing any touchdowns. So that's why they score us a little points, because that's Saints football right there. The fans is hype. Number 9, who should be 8, are the Chicago Bears. They played well enough to win on offense. They did just enough. Their defense is amazing. Charles Tillman is the only cornerback, one of the only players in the NFL that can create turnovers. He caught 2 interceptions that game. He also has that punch the ball technique. The ball just flies out people's hands. So they're going to be nice on defense. You guys can get them for fantasy, pick them up. And their offense is going to be nice if Jay Cutler doesn't have any turnovers, and they get the best out of Brandon Marshall and Matt Forte. So I like their team a lot, and they should be above the Packers, who should be number 9 on this list. Still in the top 10. Don't complain about that. All right, Bengals are the next team on the list at number 10. I don't mind them being where they are, just because if you guys watch the game against the Bears, if Andy Dalton make those 2 interceptions, or throw those 2 interceptions, I do think the Bengals would have won that game, because they pretty much were winning the entire game, and then all of a sudden the Bears rallied. But if they didn't throw those 2 interceptions, they would have won that game, in my opinion. So number 10 is fine with me. They dropped 1 spot from last week. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that at all. So that's not no big deal. They're gonna have a nice team this year. They didn't get a running back. They have no running game as of now, but they do got a nice pass offense and a nice defense that's pretty underrated out there. Geno Smith, best pass rusher in football. And they also got Leon Hall, who's a really good cornerback to complement that pass rush. So that's not bad in my opinion. All right, the biggest error on this list is the Ravens being number 11. They dropped 3 spots. If you get blown out by 7 touchdowns, you should not be number 11 on this list. They should be out of the top 20. And I'm not saying that because I'm knee-jerking to them getting blown out, but they were bad last year on defense, and their offense was pretty good, but the defense was terrible last year. That's why Joe Flacco had some inflated numbers, because their defense was basically keeping them out of games. So I do think that the Baltimore Ravens should be like to 21 on this list. 11 is not nice. Coach should have stayed the same. They looked good on defense and good on offense, but they didn't look anything great. They're going to be a playoff team and get beat in the first round again. They don't really wow me as much as some of the other teams have. Cowboys 13. They had a nice jump up from the 18th spot last week. What's the word I'm looking for? I am gonna hold reserve on this just because they should have blew the Giants out. Like, honestly speaking, they had 6 turnovers, and the game was close until the fourth quarter until Eli threw the interception off his running back's hands. So whatever. And I'm out of time in this video right now, so I'll get into the Eagles, the Dolphins, and the Redskins in the next video. I'm sorry about that, but stay tuned for that. But the Cowboys, honestly, they should have had more points than they did, so I don't want to say that they warrant that spot, but as of now, they do, since I can't really make an argument for anybody else other than the Eagles. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this part 1 series. I'll bring part 2 to you guys soon. Probably see this one back to back, hopefully. And other than that, I'm out, this mother bleeper. If you guys new to this channel, you guys like this stuff, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you guys disagree with me or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. But I'm out, this mother bleeper. Peace!